Three, two, one. We are actually live with Rip and Wax. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? My name's the Real Pullman with Pullwax over here talking about whatnot with
What's
Rip
up?
and
What's up?
Wax.
What's
Rip and
going
Wax,
on, Mikey?
how long have you been selling on whatnot for?
Oh wow! So first of all, what's up, everybody? Sportscard world, what's going on? Chris here from Rip and Wax, straight out of Jersey, baby.
Let's
So
go.
let's think about it. So hold on, let's think about it. The date exactly has to be. They were contacting me in January. I pushed the app off for a period of time because I didn't think. What was the point of me going on to the app? The same thing you thought. What am I going on to the app for if I already have traffic on another app? So I believe it was March. I believe it was March. I could get the exact date. We'll ask Ma for binder. But it started in March and it took off like a wildfire. The first time we were live, we put like 300 in the room. Everybody knows we did mystery packs, and then the rest was
That
history.
was on whatnot. The first time you went on, you had 300 in the live.
Yeah, so we put. I think it was 296.
That's sick. That's
And
sick.
we'll just say it. Listen, we put up like a 50-piece nugget.
Okay. 50 piece. I went to 50 piece.
Yeah, so I want the 50-piece. So listen, everybody knows what that is, breakers and everything. Listen, some don't they don't want to talk about this stuff. But listen, whatever, I'll be the one to say it. Listen, we
For
put up a
sure.
good number, we break. The point of breaking is obviously to break product. That's my job. I'm a salesman as well. So we put up a great number. So it's what that allowed me to do as a businessman. That allowed me to see that, wow, holy cow, Mikey, I have a whole other catalyst right now for income, right? For
For
income.
sure. And it's a
Because,
lot easier to use, which I want you to get into as well.
yeah, we'll talk about all this.
Yeah,
But
because
like
time is money with everything.
from my mindset, always doing sports cards was a business play.
Mhm.
Okay. A lot of people right now are opening or started opening cards. A, for fun. B, for extra pocket change.
Mhm.
Take your wife out, take your girlfriend out, buy sneakers, buy clothes, car payments, cell phones, stuff like that. People learned that they could flip retail, they could start a break page and make some money, right?
For
We live in the
sure.
world of entrepreneurs today. We live in the world of social media, of selling stuff online. So, people saw that, but getting into the whatnot aspect, like starting on whatnot in March, I talked to a guy by the name of Michael Moff. Everybody knows him in the community. He was calling me to come onto the app. Originally, before that, was Elijah. Now, Elijah was the one sent out for whatnot to go find some. They eventually brought on Binder and Moff, who were in the sports card community. In the beginning, I didn't know like what whatnot was gonna do for me because I didn't see any big breakers on it. So shout out to like MSB, shout out to Bedtime Breaks, shout out to After Hours. I think
They were
OG.
OGs. They were on whatnot
Yeah, so
before.
this is how I see it. Listen,
Wow.
I've talked to plenty of people in the industry, and no matter what anybody says on any platform or wherever you are in the United States breaking cards, Instagram has always been top dog. Always. Number one. IG. We call that the clout. That's where the whales want to go. Listen, let's be straight. People that gamble, people that bet on sports, people that have money like to come in these sports rooms. They like to be the guy in the feed, and you know how the room could go crazy. That gives a feeling of energy, a feeling of wow, I'm king honcho, I'm top dog.
For
They love that.
sure.
Guys come in the room, they want to be
100%.
whales. People came to IG for that. Let's not get that twisted. IG. Then you had such things as Facebook with their Facebook group pushes with breaks. You had YouTube, okay? You have TikTok,
Even
whatnot.
Twitch,
Twitch
TikTok.
is,
Yeah, TikTok.
there's
Yeah.
TikTok breakers,
Yeah, I
but
know.
like
I know. Backyard is
whatnot.
doing a really good job on TikTok and on whatnot.
Amazing job. Shout out to Backyard Breaks. Met them at
Yeah.
Nationals. Awesome dudes. Granting them.
They're in Boca. We're gonna collaborate on some content with them. I'll have them
So
on the
they're
show.
actually right around the
Oh,
corner from where I was breaking when I was out there, when I was down there with you. When I built
oh,
that little
really?
studio with my buddies, they're 5 minutes
Got
around
you.
the corner, right in Boca, dude.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rip and Wax, a close friend of mine. He's one of the top sellers on Whatnot. What I want to do right now is this is season 3. I'm creating a mini series on all Whatnot sellers and really keeping it tailored to Whatnot. Why should you download the app? What's the app about? for consumers and for actual sellers. As you see, Chris was a successful seller on Instagram, and he transferred his entire business to Whatnot, and he was one of the first ones. He was one of the first ones on there.
I would like to, I mean, most people know. I would say Sniper Man as well. I brought a couple others on that were a little local to me, and then, you know, just breakers in the area, in the tri-state area. But I would say I was probably the very first Instagram breaker to come over to the app and kind of see the
because you've always had a very nice Instagram following. You're very good at engaging with your network, and that's something that's very important that I always preach when it comes to running a business. You're a people's person at the end of the day, and you enjoy talking to people and you enjoy working with people, and that's the whole job really is people.
No, well, Mikey, it's a content push. I learned, listen, I used to tell you when I used to text message you. I remember we were buying 1920 T-Mall cases. I would text message you as you, Cahoon, Little P. I'm like, yo, the Nelk boys. This is the Nelk boys of the industry. Yeah. Like I was telling you guys that. I remember it because what I saw from you is I'm older than you guys. And I said, wow, okay, I'm 38 years old. I'm not tapped into that young 20-year-old generation because I don't have friends sitting in that category anymore. I'm a father today. I have a young child. He's 3 years old.
He's beautiful. I love seeing those videos with you and your son. Awesome.
Yeah, he's the best, man. I kind of transitioned forward a little bit. So, like, for instance, you're networked around them. Look how quick you were able to bring in the youth, right? It's taking me time to bring in this youth.
Of course.
Also, I've been a stepping stone process in building Ripping Wax, okay? It's been a process. I didn't put the stone, I didn't put the cart before the horse.
Of course.
I took it and I went step by step, brick by brick, stone by stone at a time. And I built into my space. I made sure I warranted the space. I made sure that each time that as I was growing and moving bigger in sports cards, that I was transitioning step by step. So I was taking my time into this process. But content, bro, you've been the ultimate push for content, dude. People have learned from Pullwax. People have seen Pullwax. They've been a pioneer in the hobby. They've been a leader in the hobby. Right now, we're still in the wild, wild west of sports cards. This is brand new foundation that has been laid in sports cards. The 80s, 90s foundation has been removed. We laid this new foundation. Now we're building it, right? So as you're building it, there's these highways and channels that you go on. You know we're the ones paving it. Ripping Wax,
sure.
Pullwax, Whatnot, all these big brand names. We're the ones paving part of the way, let alone we're one of the biggest catalysts for why sports cards have boomed. We're one of the ones pushing it. We're salesmen. We create little commercials every day. We're brand ambassadors. We're all this for them as is for ourselves who are creating brands such as this. Look at today. Look how many little things we put together. Look at you. I mean, look how many things. Remember I built you that pull box? Like, I remember when I first did that.
Yeah, pass me that, Michael. The thing all the way at the top over there.
When I saw you doing stuff like that, I was like, man, it's branding. Branding.
So this is what he's talking about. Rippin' Wax made this for Pullwax.
So shout out to
Rippin' Wax.
Shout out to a dude from Oregon. I can't think of
his name. But that's how it goes, like, real quick. I definitely wanted to keep this Whatnot oriented, but that's what networking is. That's what it is, to go that extra mile. I don't think I paid you for that box to this day, and that ran you at least $100, $150.
You want to know how much it really cost me?
How much?
You want to know? They'll never believe. Over $900. You want to know why? Because of the graphic artwork that went behind it, and then the one-off that went to make the box. See, no one knows that. So seriously, it cost that almost $900. I'm not even playing. People be like, "Oh, wow, he overpaid for it." But I'll show you. It was like maybe I'm a little off. Maybe it was $700.
Whatever. Jake added into your next wholesale.
So
long story short, though, for real, like, networking, all this stuff is very important. Talking to breakers, talking to sellers, talking to buyers, all these things are important ways to grow your channel, and you got to wrap it all in. I think that Whatnot really is the future when it comes to sports cards sales in general. Also with Pokemon and sports cards, and now with this clothing, sneaker, vintage type of deal.
Grant was on. So big shout out to Grant. Big shout out to the whole Whatnot team on YouTube the other night. We'll go ahead and put the podcast somehow. We'll have it put it in.
Yeah, we'll put the description on the bottom.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but listen, Grant was on the other night, had a lot of people in the room, was a big sports card podcast guy. We went about, they were talking about the back end, but they were talking about something that they brought to light. And let me tell you what Grant said. Grant said before the breaking, before the sports cards, before the Pokemon, before the pop, Whatnot is a place for people to establish businesses. Okay, so let's tie that in. Everything we're doing, Mikey, everything we just talked about, the content making, the box making, all these little things. At the end of the day, we're businessmen trying to create businesses. Whatnot has provided a platform that has created a seamless platform for us to use so we can conduct our business in a faster, higher, more productive rate, provide more to the customer. They're helping us with customer service. These are all the things that they provide. So what Whatnot provides is Whatnot is a platform that allows you to go live, but everybody's asking, hey, in the feed, how come I can't get on Whatnot? What are the processes? Well, they have a vetting process. They're looking for reputable sellers and reputable people in the hobby that are trusted, that have also spent the time building out either on other social platforms such as Facebook, such as Instagram, such as TikTok, such as also eBay. Imagine you're a huge eBay seller of sports cards over the past 20 years and they want to get on Whatnot. So these are the things that they're looking for. But
quick tip of advice, keep all of your social media handles consistent. I see people with different eBay names and different Twitter names and different Instagram names and different that is not it, guys. Like rebrand your entire business and rebrand it. You got to. You have to.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad, dude. I know people are working hard and doing these things, and I genuinely feel bad when I see that all their stuff is inconsistent and you can't tell who's who. Like,
well, Mikey, you know, the big question is everybody wants to know is like, how do they get in the sports cards now? How do I get on Whatnot, Chris? Mikey, how do I get on Whatnot? How do I get involved in sports cards? Listen, at the end of the day, it's a very hard thing to get involved into right now because at the end of the day, it's a saturated niche, right? So the niche has been saturated just like sneakers and other niches that came to light, right? So you have to be unique now. You have to be different. You have to step outside.
Yes.
And I tell the breakers
because before it was easier. Now it's a little bit
without a doubt. It can't just be the content push now. It can't just be the loud yelling and screaming. Because let's be honest, dude. Mikey and me were probably one of the first two loudest people on all of breaking. I mean, shout out to all the YouTubers and guys.
I wasn't even screaming. Yes, like I was breaking 2 days ago. I wasn't screaming, and people were like, "Yo, like, what's wrong with you?" You were asking me what's wrong. I'm like, dude, I'm chilling. I'm having a great time. I'm just
enjoying the cards, right?
I did it at first. So the yelling, the screaming, all that. It was very new. Not many people were doing it. And then, I started hearing everybody do it. And I was like, hey, I kind of want to change up a little bit. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the time.
Things that we spoke about. Whatnot, running it up in the very beginning. We came to the platform. We were one of the first Instagram guys there. We came on. We were a catalyst for the app. We took the app. What we did was, let's be honest, okay? Any smart person in sports cards right now that is a breaker, anybody that is involved in content pushing and just selling of slabs in stores, you're going to do what converts. So your job is to see what others are doing in the hobby and be able to either take that and mimic it or put a twist on it. The ones that do that are the ones that are succeeding because they're constantly looking for the next thing to move forward. You understand? Like that's a big thing in this hobby. In order to tie it all in, Whatnot allowed me to show that, right? So now you saw that, correct? Mm-hmm. And you said to yourself, wow, what is Chris doing? Then you heard, wow, Chris is doing mystery packs. Wow, dude, he's doing this juice thing. What is that? Everybody's asking me, what's
juice packs?
I created the juice. I don't know where it came from one night, just like you, my man. What happens, Mikey? We all know it. We're just
in creative.
We're having a good time. It's
called
something comes off your lips and it sticks, right?
Facts.
How it happens.
Literally, straight up.
Juicing. Next thing you know, we're juicing it, baby.
Juice my pack. I mean, at the end of the day, there's obviously context behind it. Like you were juicing the packs. Your packs are juice, so it's cool. I think that it's very important and evident for all you guys that want to make money and want to get on Whatnot to really put time into your brand. My DMs get flooded every day. Yo, get me on Whatnot as a seller. Get me Whatnot as a seller. Make yourself make yourself attractive. Like
Yes.
girls, like what do girls do? They go, they put makeup on, they go to the gym, they
But
make
Mike, it's
themselves
not always
attractive.
about the best. It's not
But you
always
can make
about the
yourself attractive without makeup and without going to the gym in
yeah.
sports
So the
cards.
ones that don't have it, I think it to educate yourself a little bit on what other breakers are doing
Take that
and
time, R&D.
try to put together and say to yourself, okay, I like Ft.RippinWax. I like this is what he does. I like Mikey from Pullwax. This is what he does. I like one-on-one card shop. This is what he does. I like Mamba cards. I like Chase Real Pullman. I like Cahoon Kosher.
Yeah,
I like MSB. I like Moff cards. I like whoever. They go
that
ahead and they take those pieces of information, then they build out and they mimic kind of what type of breaker they want to be. And
for
then they
sure.
focus in on that, get a whiteboard, put it on the whiteboard, envision it, put it in your head, and see it every day. I have
And
three
make your best
whiteboards.
own vibe of it. Like don't copy 99.999%. Copy 95%.
But
Put
put
your
your
own twist
twist
to
on
it.
it.
Put your twist. Like
But
use it as
you
inspiration, motivate, do all that, but put your twist on
but
it.
you're
Make it
essentially you're
or
molding
authentic.
yourself. You're molding yourself into what you want to be because, Mikey, at the end of the day, we all mold ourselves. Us as humans,
100%.
what we see, what we envision, what we feel, what we do, that
No
molds us.
question.
We mold ourselves to what we are. Like me and you, we watched tons of hip hop growing up, music videos, sneakers.
For
We
sure.
molded ourselves into the culture of that. You know.
Culture is
So
also another important thing is just being tapped
how about
into it,
being
like
you, being real? Just be you,
being
dude. I tell
authentic.
everybody,
Yeah.
don't be something you're not. Allow
Yeah.
yourself to be you. And whatnot, man, whatnot is allowing others to create businesses. That's the big thing that Grant brought up in the podcast. That
Yeah, I love
whatnot
that.
is just a place and platform for that. Whatnot is becoming the QVC of today. Is
For sure.
becoming the QVC. I guess you could say it like Jose
And it's
Canseco likes to say.
24/7.
It's QVC on steroids, dude.
Yeah.
It's grabbing niches, it's grabbing cool things and collectibles because in today's art, us, the new generation, likes things such as sneakers, clothes, toys, comics. We like all these type of things. These are the things. This is the art of today. This is the art of today. And whatnot is becoming that place to allow the everyday person to display that stuff and become a seller and create a business around it. So
100%.
whatnot is really a place for others to go out, start an LLC, start up a business, and sell collectibles and sell niche items right now. And that's what it's becoming. And it's becoming the go-to platform for that. It
No
is
question.
overtaking eBay.
If
It's
you are not on
overtaking.
Whatnot, make sure to do whatever you can to get on Whatnot. And that's not messaging me on Instagram.
Me
It's
neither.
growing your business.
Yes, Mikey. So let's
Make
help them with that. What are we gonna?
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
So
Let's
create
make this
create
podcast
content,
informative. Yep.
create content. And what
Yep.
I mean by
Okay.
create content, talk about the players you like. Talk about your opinions. Your
So real quick,
opinion.
put a twist on that though. When he's saying that, he's saying you need to spend some time behind it. Okay. Go
Hey
see what.
guys, this is a Crown Royale box 2021. I really like LaMelo Ball. Are you guys buying Crown Royale 2021? DM me your thoughts. Boom, piece of content. I just
There you go. And on
gave
top of
it to
that
you
piece
one
of
for free.
content, you could keep rolling other pieces of content by taking their comments and answering them and then create. Listen, the Gary V effect, all these guys, you
That's
see what's working
engagement.
out there. Come on.
Yeah.
You engage. So in order to engage inside the end user, you have to create a piece of content, right? You create the
Open
piece of
ended.
content.
Ask the question. Like Pullwax just made a post today, right? We're gonna
Oh,
we're
you're
gonna
great
turn
at
this
that.
into a class. We're gonna turn this into a
You're
class.
great at that.
So I made a post today, 6,606,000. This was the Honus Wagner that sold the
Oh, amazing.
1909 Honus Wagner
Amazing.
SGC3.
Hey, real quick, I
The
remember when
caption.
Wayne
Look at what the
Gretzky bought that
caption.
card. I remember the info
Do
when Wayne
you think
Gretzky
we
bought
will
that.
see a $10 million card sale within the next year? That's the
Absolutely.
question. But
Absolutely.
it's good to ask questions because then they will engage, which then gives you more opportunity to create more content as far as answering. Answering a comment is content. Answering a
Of
story
course.
is content. DMs. posting your stories. These are all things that keep the ball moving. So I know a lot of people say content and then it gets very bland and you don't really know what they're talking about. So we're trying to give you like actual examples.
Mikey, people don't have to put their face behind it. And that's one of the things I want to tell everybody out there. The way you see me and Michael engaging with you right now, and you see others engaging in the hobby, this has become very easy for me. From the very
You
start.
have to. At the end of the
I
day, you
put my
have to.
face on
You
things,
have to.
right? You could slowly work yourself into that, okay? Create content with voice first and
Yeah.
then get comfortable with it. Maybe then pictures and put things behind it with captions and wording. TikToks have a thing where you can type words and then you can put a different voice behind it. It will talk for you. There's
Get
so many
ready to
different things.
show your face, though. Yes, what he's saying is true.
Well, because they want to
Talk.
get comfort.
But get
They want to
ready
be
in your head and
comfortable.
know that you are going to show your face, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. If
You
you
will not
are who you say
grow.
you are, then be that.
You will not
That's
grow
it.
in sports cards unless you can allow your end user to understand you, feel you, put a face to you, feel like they can have a one-on-one with you, let alone give them that time as well. You have to understand
They're
that you
spending
need to engage with. Yeah,
money. There's
this
too
is a
many sellers. They need to
this.
like you.
What happened in the beginning of
Did
the
you see
hobby that
Sniper's
everybody was
slab
so
sale
afraid?
yesterday? Did you
What
see
happened?
Sniper's slab sale yesterday?
No, what did he do?
A lot of people that buy from Sniper buy from him genuinely just because they like him. They enjoy going on
Of
his live. They
course.
enjoy talking to him. These are things that you can do, but you have to be that person.
So,
You have to
Mikey, how
be
about
able to
this?
do that.
Ready for this? The other night on Whatnot, I had 94 people in the room for over 36 minutes. Do you know that I didn't open one pack? I didn't open one pack. That's called holding a room. That's called
For
containing
sure.
a room. You also need to be the man behind the lens that can talk about a subject, engage in your customers, talk with them, and also you have to educate yourself on product to be able to educate them. We don't know everything. Take your time. This hobby's so big.
That was it
Grab it
right
in
there. That
small
was like that.
clips.
Yo, Melvin, we need to put that caption on the video. Whatever he just
Dropping
said.
dimes on them,
What
baby.
you just said is the most important thing ever. Like ever. It's the most important thing. Seriously.
I really want to do.
You have to educate yourself every day because there's so much new products. There's so many
So,
checklists.
like, okay,
There's
let's
so
talk
many
about it.
things that happen every day. You have to know about what's
All right.
coming out.
Let's tell everybody, yo, big shout out to Pullwax, guys. We have been one of the biggest pushers of F1 in the hobby. I have brought F1 Motorsport to Whatnot. I have been an ultimate pusher for Sapphire with Inside Sports Cards for over a year now. It started with soccer, and now listen, Sapphire Tops is one of the most gorgeous, let alone ROI return products in the game, baby. You can return such great money on your investment with Sapphire. It's insane. F1 blew up. We're one of the catalysts for it. Shout out to Mikey helping me out, get a ton of it as well on top of everybody else. I blew it up. We blew F1 to the moon. I didn't know it was coming out. Guess what? F1 Dynasty is about to drop. And one of the only ones I really saw pushing that heavy was Mamba Cards. F1's a new thing. Everybody, if you want to learn something, F1 comes out on the 25th. One card per, I think it's 6 boxes in a case or something. That product is going to go to the moon on top of all Sapphire products, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, Sapphire is
Yeah, we were ripping a lot of Bowman Sapphire baseball and whatnot yesterday. I just bought the video game, the F1 video game, because
You like it?
you've been buying so much of it. Like I figured I would play it, and I really
Did you watch
I haven't watched the
special?
Netflix. I haven't watched the Netflix.
Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. How specials and Mikey being ahead of others in the hobby. That takes waking up every day, going on Google, and I do it all the time. Lately, I haven't been. Something I learned was to get in tune with yourself is in order to tap in. You have to tap into yourself in order to be productive. To tap in, maybe you wake up every morning and before you do something, you go capture data and information. That's one of the things I could tie into this, that Whatnot's providing for us as a businessman and as small owners of LLCs and guys that are pushing sports cards as businesses. They can collect data for us. Us as well. We need to collect our own data.
100%.
We collect data in the hobby in order to understand the hobby, in order to proceed to see where we want to go, to envision new things.
What products, who to sell to, who to talk
all
to.
that. So guess what Whatnot can do for us, Mikey? Whatnot can go into the back end and be able to grab real live time data on a customer. It's able to tell me, okay, Chris, you now have this many new customers this week. You now have this many new customers week on week. You're gaining this many people in a live. You're growing by this much compared to this much. They can see all that because they're
Yeah,
capturing data, they're capturing information. For a business guy, they're able to go and provide something we need for P&Ls. They can provide us with all
of
the sales
course,
history.
of
So think
course.
about that. What are they really? They're providing a platform for others to create businesses,
100%.
not just sports
That's
cards,
whatnot. That's
not
whatnot
just
for you.
sports
That's what it
cards.
is. If you guys ask for whatnot, that's what it is. Guys, we're gonna be wrapping up in a minute or so. Chris, where can they follow you? Is your whatnot link on your Instagram bio?
Yeah, I think it's there. My webpage. No, I think my link is there. We got the
The
whatnot
link to
there.
your whatnot is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we should.
Everybody
You
go
know what we
follow
should
Rip and
do?
Wax's whatnot. His link is on his bio on Instagram. If it's not, he'll change it by the time we upload this video. Make sure to give him a follow. I think you get like, do they get $3 or something if they
Yeah,
don't have a whatnot
you get like
account?
$3. So for me, guys, I'm almost at 3,000. Where you at right now, Mikey? I think
Close to that.
so. We're gonna push three.
Let's run it up, guys.
I think I'm only a couple away from 3,000. We also have RW2 that just dropped. Get on there. Follow RW2. My other breakers are on there. One of the things I suggest is, guys,
So here's Rip and Wax. We're at 2,943.
woo!
Let's get it to 3K ASAP, and
So
then let's get it
close.
to 4K after that.
Where
And
we at,
then
Mikey?
and then obviously Rip and Wax 2. Make
We
sure
got
to
to
go
get that.
follow as well here. Let's get it to 46. We're at 46. And you got the verified check, so you know he's verified.
Just
Easy
created that
seller to deal with.
yesterday because
I
we
like
are
that.
now adding other breakers. Listen, one of the things I want to say is big shout out to Mikey. Listen, I remember texting him maybe 6 months ago, like, dude, you've been one of the things I've been looking at. Like, you have helped me without even knowing you helped me. And that's true talk because I can go back and find messages like that.
Yeah, I got them.
One
I
thing I
got
can
him.
say is I've been real about this. Listen, you don't have to be likable to everybody in the hobby.
Of course.
Okay? You have to go out, you set your tone and what you want to do, and you go attract the customers that you want to bring in. All I can say is provide, have good intentions, educate, provide value, and everything will fall.
Inform.
Yep, everything will fall in place.
Inform them. Rip and Wax, you're a legend, bro. Much love. Literally,
Yo,
one of the last podcasts we dropped was with Chris Rip and Wax, and now we just dropped another one. Strictly whatnot, ins and outs of whatnot. Why should you sell in there? How can you sell?
Guys,
Why
we
should
could
you
talk about
buy?
it for days, Mikey. Like we could be here for an hour. Me and you,
Easy. We
listen.
could be on here for 5 hours.
Like we can run it back for you guys and talk about more because
But
we
in
want
the
to provide
comments,
information.
ask us what questions you want, and we'll do this live.
So you know what? This is a good thing right here. This allows us now to set an example. Me and Mikey have gone 3 podcasts now, I think.
Yeah,
Listen,
this is the third
for
one.
everybody who listens to these podcasts, everybody out there, take your time, write in the comments on YouTube, DM us. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want to talk about. Ask the questions. We'll answer them.
And we'll do it live. We'll have
Behind
a
the
live
scenes,
format.
no holds barred, whatever you want to get down with. Let's talk
And
about
that's
it.
what's
Let's
cool
get
about
real.
Chris and I. That's what's cool about Chris and I, because a lot of people, you politically correct, say what you're supposed to say.
Let's get real.
I will, and Chris will say whatever needs to be said.
Yeah,
So,
listen, at the end of the day, people want to see the realness of the hobby. Shout out to Sports Cards. It's going to the moon. I told you guys athletes would be coming in the hobby. Watch out. You think 2021 was on fire? Get ready. 2022 is going to blast you away. Pokemon, woo! On top of that, get ready for NFL class.
What is
5
this?
quarterbacks. NFL is going to run it up this year, guys. Run it up. Run it up.
Pokemon. This is a base set booster box.
Wow, when did you get your hands on that, son? Holy cow.
Base set booster box,
Mikey,
from
value.
$19.99. Over
much,
30K.
Mikey? And what are you doing with it?
We're going on whatnot, and we're
ripping it. Let's go. Hey,
listen, I'm just trying to have fun, dude. I'm trying to have fun. At the end of the day, it's not always about making money. Like when you grow and you make money, you do shit like this so you can give back. Whether I make or lose, like we'll see.
Hey, real quick again, Go watch the YouTube from Grant, the owner of Whatnot. Dropped a real
Yes.
dime on everybody the other night. You can get some real good information.
And he dropped some really good info on our podcast as well. So go on
And
Pullwax
hey,
YouTube.
all right, so real
follow
quick,
that.
I saw Little P came over. Big shout out to Little P coming on.
Yep.
All the other new users, guys, take your time. Obviously, they're looking for you to be something, establish yourselves, be seen in the hobby, push them, tag Whatnot, do all these things. Guys, let's take Whatnot to the moon. Unfortunately, listen, if you're on any other social platform, you're going to get bit, I think, if you don't come over.
Come over to Whatnot, ladies and gentlemen. DM them. Appreciate you, Chris. You're the man.
Much love.
We'll talk soon. Bye.
All right.